All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we have a Chicago Bulls video. Now, first off, Bulls fans, you guys have been showing me mad love. Every Bulls video I have made recently has done really well, so thank you guys for that. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, hit that sub button, man. I do mainly Bulls, Rockets, and the NBA, just all three of those in general every single day. I know you guys would like the content, so go check that out if you like the video. Let's talk about Kemba Walker possibly making his way to the Chicago Bulls. Now, before we go any further on this video, I will say my opinion. I am not the biggest fan. Not the biggest fan. I want to have an open mind, and I'll give you guys my full opinion here at the end of the video. But let's just talk about this situation. Now, Kemba Walker and the Boston Celtics, it appears 100% to be a mutual split. Now, after signing with the team in the summer of 2019, he's just had some nagging knee issues, and they flared up late in 2019, 2020, and it came back this season. And so he had a down year, and there's just more rumors of a breakup swirling. Now, the Chicago Bulls are in the market for a point guard. That is not a big surprise. You've got Coby White, you've got Thomas Satoransky right there on the team, and those two guys, Tomas isn't necessarily what I'm looking for from a starting point guard long term, and then Coby just isn't quite there yet at this age and skill level, in my opinion. So they're totally looking for somebody who can come in here and control this team. Now, there is a rumor from NBC Sports Boston. Actually, they did an article about 5 different possible trade suitors for Kemba Walker, and here is the deal that they said they like for the Boston Celtics and the Chicago Bulls. Thaddeus Young, Al-Farouq Aminu, Thomas Satoransky in exchange for Kemba, a Celtics 2022 lottery-protected first, and a 2025 top 5 protected first. So it's no surprise that if they want to do this, if the Boston Celtics want to trade Kemba Walker, no matter if it's to the Bulls or whoever it's to, they need to attach significant draft assets to move him. Walker is 31 years old, but he's coming off his worst statistical season in over half a decade, and he's just been burdened by knee issues. He missed 29 games in this last season, and he was just very inconsistent the entire year, even in like the 2 playoff games he had. That isn't too bad. You can deal with those types of things, or you can take the gamble and hope that Kemba just needed a full offseason to rest. But here is why this deal is so difficult, and this is why you need to attach significant draft assets to trade Kemba Walker. He is owed $36 million next season, and then he has a $37.7 million player option for the following year. So that means his contract, which expires just after his 33rd birthday, will pay $73.7 million over the next 2 seasons. Now, that should make any team, let alone especially the Chicago Bulls, very wary. Now, he addresses an area of need, especially with Coby White being out 4 to 6 months rehabbing a torn labrum, and that is just absolutely depressing. I haven't even talked about that in a video, man. That is so depressing, Coby White. Oh, man. It's just, that really sucks. But Kemba Walker comes with an all-star pedigree, but you don't know if he can get back to what he used to be. It's kind of like, it's not even like John Wall. It's like maybe a better situation than that. However, Kemba needs more time to rest. John Wall sat out for an entire season, at least one entire season. So now, small explosive guards on the wrong side of 30 who have lower body injuries typically do not age well. And even with Kemba being at his best, it's still defensively not good. And that's really another one of my main reasons why I'm not a huge fan of this idea. Now, so you have all those issues, and then you just have the financial side to it. It significantly restricts the Chicago Bulls for the next 2 off seasons, not 1, 2 off seasons. So you'd have to make sure that this trade would pretty much cure everything about this. And it really wouldn't, because Kemba Walker not a big defensive-minded point guard, not a great defensive point guard, and that's what the Bulls need at the point guard position, along with playmaking. Kemba really brings that playmaking, but he doesn't have that defensive side that the Bulls really need at that guard position, especially considering, I mean, Zach LaVine's not the best defender at all either. So the good news about this trade is you would have a huge leap from what they are right now. I know you can have your opinions on Kemba, but I think they would be a better team with Kemba Walker on this. Now, all that being said, parting ways with Thaddeus Young, I think, is going to get overlooked in this trade, and that was the Bulls' second best player before Nikola Vucevic came. And then Satoransky, I've got my problems with him, but it's no actual problems. It's just I don't think he should be our starting point guard because I'm trying to win a championship, and Tomas just isn't that championship-level point guard in my eyes. He is a huge key depth piece, especially with Kobe White's status for the start of the season uncertain right now. So I think there's just so many reasons that this exact trade would not make sense and it would not work. But like I said, man, there's just upsides because it gives Kemba a full offseason to recover and find his prior form. He did start in the 2020 All-Star game. Keep that in mind. And then you've got him, Zach, and Nikola. They would have their own little offensive trio, which would definitely take a step up. I mean, this team would definitely make the playoffs. I think even with injuries, this team would make the playoffs. And then those 2 first-round picks would be of intrigue for the Bulls, given they parted ways with their 2021 and 2023, both top 4 protected picks, but still in the trade for Vucevic. So we'll see what happens, but it's a huge risk for a team that just cannot really be restricted financially like this in my eyes. It's a name to monitor, but I would treat any linkage with major caution, and that's just my opinion. I give this 2 thumbs down out of 2 hands because every reason I just mentioned, finances, defense, injury. I love Kemba Walker. Maybe if Kemba Walker was on like a $20 million deal, I would say, yeah, Chicago, let's look into it. But with that $73 million over the next 2 years, I want the Bulls to really take advantage of Zach LaVine and Nikola Vucevic's prime, and I just don't think that would happen with Kemba Walker. I think there's much better options. You got Kyle Lowry, you've got Lonzo Ball. There's just much better options out there. So anyways, guys, if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, hit that sub button. I'll see you guys later.